Hey guys, Wallace, bringing you Scavenge on Port, Left 4 Dead 2. Not the most exciting game of Scavenge ever, but I think you can see a few errors that both teams make. That's pretty interesting. Starting off, this team kind of jumped quickly backwards. I wasn't expecting them to go that way, so I had to kind of figure out what I was going to do as far as booming them. I noticed there Rochelle gets smoked. She's the computer, so she's not very good, so I spray her and hope to just kind of take her out as quickly as possible. The host of this match decided just to start with about 2 and 2 on each side, and people joined in for this first match. But I was determined to kind of beat on Rochelle, especially where I knew I wasn't going to probably be able to spit again. The CPU is terrible at avoiding that explosion spit, so I decided to go right for it and try to hit her again as soon as my first hit died down.
Stop shooting me! This is not good. Cover me, please.
Now, I get a smoker here, and you'll see that I get quite a few smokers for the rest of the game. And my team's a little bit unlucky in the fact that we don't seem to get spitter. We don't get a spitter at all this first round. Luckily, we don't really need it. But you'll see it's a bit of an awkward setup. For those of you that play Scavenge, you know that the spitter is more or less kind of the golden gun of Scavenge. So without one, you're in trouble.
I'm not a zombie, man. Shoot the zombies.
So I'm pretty much just hiding up here to avoid getting shot as I see those guys coming back up, and I don't want to be an easy target up on the roof. If you stand right up front there, you're going to get shot by anybody that's any good every time you do it. So here I go and grab one of the guys and immediately get shot, but he dropped his can. We had a spitter. We probably set it on fire, but we don't, so I just do what I can to delay the process, especially where they're so low on time. Pretty nice jockey there by my teammate. Gets him pulled a little bit away. Probably should have sent him into that building. And again, another smoker. So again, the same strategy. Going to climb up the building. Going to try to drag somebody with the gas can, especially with the 9 seconds left. I grab the guy filling. He drops the can, and the other guy runs off. I don't know what he was doing. Obviously, it was such little time. Should have gone and grabbed. Somebody else manages to fill, but they're not able to break as that charger comes in and nails them. So we've got 2 guys here that are just completely incapacitated. I don't know where the other half of their team is. Probably going to get cans. It's just a bad situation for them overall. And that ends that. I mean, 5 is 5. A first round with, starting off without full teams. I'll take 5. And you'll see here, my team, I'm playing with all randoms. They're not people that I play with. And normally I like to discuss our strategy, where we're going to go first, second, third, so that we're all on the same page. But this Rochelle guy runs off immediately. And basically, the only reason I would never, ever go this way to start a match, but the only reason I do is basically to make sure this guy doesn't get jumped off on his own and completely screw over our team. Here, I make a really bad mistake where I mean to throw it and I drop it.
Come back this way.
And then I notice that both the guys on our other set of 2 are incapacitated, so I immediately go for this guy, clear the smoker off him. He's still standing, so I'm going to go for the second guy to get the jockey off him. The jockey is trying to pull him out the door, so I take out the jockey. Basically, get people out of incapacitation or get them up, and then kind of deal with it from there. It's now half our time's expired, and we haven't filled the can, so I grab the can to fill. I was looking up, as you can see, expecting to get jumped by either a spitter or a smoker, although I know that the smoker and the jockey I've just killed, so I figure there's probably 1 or 2. But the spitter here makes a terrible spit. As the other guy on my team says, he made a complete fail spit. And we fill another 2. I get boomed. That was a nice boom. I didn't see it coming at all. had just come off filling, so I was really worried about getting grabbed more than anything, but I'll deal with this. And really, it's just, we've got a lot of time. We only need 2 cans. I'm not really concerned at this point. I think about healing, but again, I can see that we're pretty much done with this one.
Got it.
Run up here. Again, I think about grabbing another can, and I remember, oh yeah, we only need 1 more. So really, just watching the roofs here to make sure that it doesn't smoke. And nice and easy. Again, really quick match. I think whenever you have a lot of the AI controlled people the first round, you end up not really getting that high of a score, and really the other rounds are the ones that matter. As you can see here, I get another smoker. Smoker is definitely not my favorite, especially on this. I think the smoker is a lot more effective in versus, but I'm just basically my strategy here is grab somebody as soon as they come back with the can and let the spitter have at them. So really, it's just a lot of wait and see here. The spitter's all set. Spitter spits. He actually gets a really good spit here. That's not normally what I would do. I would wait for the can to drop. But it ends up working out in our advantage. I smoke this guy. Our boomer jumps down, hits 1, 2, and then somebody shoots me. It's kind of fine, as you can see. We kind of accomplished what we want, and this is basically when all hell breaks loose. Our spitter fills up, sprays, and has a monster spray. He gets a guy that's down and the gas can, and absolute devastation. This team is pretty much screwed at this point. You can see the hunter comes in, kills off one of the guys, and it's just basically this team has no chance at this point. I get a jockey. I'm going to go immediately here, spawn quickly. I go and make a failed jump here. I go back in, follow him around, and grab him. Have him drop the can there, then take him outside. And now I'm going to drag him. Luckily, that smoker grabbed that guy because he easily would have killed me. And I decided I'm going to pull him into the back corner here and just basically wait for him to drop, which he does. And then I'm going to go back out and try to grab somebody else. By this point, 8 seconds left. Time is more or less up. I see Rochelle coming up with a can. Or she doesn't have the can, but the guy behind her has the can. I smack her. Time is done. A complete fail on their part. So at this point, I mean, any game you have of Scavenge where the other team gets 0 and you shut them out, I mean, it's more or less grab whatever the hell you want. It's not really that tough. None of us are really that concerned with any kind of strategy at all. I mean, if we can't get 1 can out of the house, then, you know, whatever. So basically just try to take on the horde there. I'm going to follow this guy up, make sure he doesn't get jumped because it would be really embarrassing to get shut out as well. And again, just follow him. I see these 2 guys in cap. By the time I reload, game over. Again, not the most exciting game of Scavenge, but it is what it is. We shut them out. We kind of wrecked them. But overall, a few mistakes on both sides. But I would have liked my team to be a little more organized, but given how bad the other team was, I think ultimately it didn't matter. Please subscribe if you like it. Send out a rating. Thank you very much. Have a good one.